Have you ever seen anybody flip anyone else the bird in open court? What you're about to witness is something that I don't know if it's ever happened before, but it sure as heck isn't going to happen in this courtroom again. What's going on? You've got the Parkland shooter here, looks like a deer in the headlights, and you've got two defense attorneys just sitting here laughing, and one of them's giving the bird to the victims' families.
The middle finger up.
Not a great look. One of the things that you kind of pride yourself on is that lawyers, no matter how adversarial and hostile things get, you still have an obligation to act professional. This is not professional. Makes the court really comfortable, makes us all look bad.
At this court and laughing and joking, Miss McNeil.
Joking with a defendant, probably not a great look considering he just avoided the death penalty. It's not a very nice thing to do in court, especially considering the victims' families who he murdered are all sitting there as well. And rightfully so, at least in my opinion, are enraged that he's not going to get the death penalty.
Neil, be quiet. When these people have sat in this courtroom and watched this behavior from that table, and they want to say that they're not happy about it, what is the problem?
Judge, I have no problem because I have thick skin. But once you bring in my children, I think that's highly improper. I
didn't even know you have children.
This isn't going anywhere good. We've got a defense attorney standing up now trying to tell the judge that, hey, this is okay, but you shouldn't have allowed this. Yeah, defense attorney's about to make a big mistake here.
I don't know what you're talking about. Your children? What about your children?
For them to comment on my children is highly improper. And for this court to allow that kind of testimony is also improper.
I don't remember any comments about any children. And if there was, it obviously didn't. It came and went without me noticing it.
Judge, I can assure you that if they were talking about your children, you would definitely notice it.
You need to sit down right now. You're out of line. In fact,
You ever want to see a judge get mad? I guess talk about her family because she's about to do something else that you probably have never seen.
Excused. You need to go sit in the back with your chief public defender.
He's the public defender.
Mr. Weeks?
Ugh. Just when you think he can't get any more annoying, mutter something under his breath as soon as he stands up from his table. Trying to get it for you so we can hear what he actually says.
You need to go sit in the back with your chief public defender.
He's the public defender.
Ugh. The judge said you need to go sit out back with your chief public defender. Of course, defense counsel doesn't need to say this, but he's just being a jerk. He says he's the public defender judge. Let's just say it doesn't get better from there.
Mr. Weeks, please ask the lawyer from your office to go sit down and not say anything else. To try to threaten my children and bring up my children is inappropriate. Go to the back of the room now. That just violated about every rule of professional responsibility that I have never. If you're going to get up here and you're going to...
Judge, I asked you to go sidebar.
Sidebar in this scenario is just, hey, is there any way that we don't need to air objection or whatever they want to discuss with the judge and opposing counsel? Do it in private.
You, sidebar or not, you don't have one of your assistant public defenders say something about my children?
Judge, that same venom that the court is expressing is the same venom that defense counsel had to sit through this entire morning when their children
brought up her children multiple times during...
It's hard to believe that public defender in this case would stand up here and talk about venom from the court and venom geared towards the defense table, considering the fact that they're probably one of the most disturbing shooter cases in the state of Florida, the victims' families that are in the room, and venom in this case, the words are probably unnecessary for him to even say.
A trial. Nobody knows if I'm barren or not. They don't know about my children.
Judge.
Sit down. Sit down.
Judge.
Sit down, Mr. Weeks.
Please do not summarily dismiss me.
I'm summarily dismissing
I'm asking
you.
the
Go
court.
sit down.
I'm asking the court. I asked the court to go sidebar.
Go sit down. You don't threaten.
It is hard to imagine that these defense attorneys are, literally just going back and back and back and back, and the judge has to continuously tell them, please, enough, enough, enough.
the
Judge,
court's children.
everyone
Your
in this
assistant just
courtroom-
did that. Go sit down.
No one in this courtroom had to endure what we had to
Go
endure.
sit down.
Except for maybe the victim's families. Probably a poor choice of words there.
Miss McNeil has made her children a spectacle more than once during this trial. That was her choice. You have absolutely no right to have one of your assistants come up here and suggest something about my children. Now, please go sit down.
Judge.
You're inappropriate and out of line. Go sit down.
Judge, may I have a brief recess?
No. Go sit down.
May I have a brief recess so I can speak to my attorneys?
We're moving on with the sentencing, Mr. Weeks.
Can I have a brief recess?
No.
Thank you.
It's 1:36. Thank you.
This judge is phenomenal. I love that she doesn't take any of their crap.